Welcome to this explainer. Look, if you or someone you love is navigating the incredibly difficult, often heartbreaking journey of infertility right now, I just want you to take a deep breath. You're in the exact right place today. I know infertility can feel like this heavy, insurmountable diagnosis, like a closed door, right? But today, we're going to look at some deeply reassuring insights that show us this condition is absolutely not the end of the road. We're going to explore how bringing harmony back to your daily habits can profoundly change your physical outcomes.
When you're right in the thick of it, you might find yourself asking this very question. Is infertility impossible to overcome? Honestly, it's a terrifying thought. But the beautiful, hopeful answer we get from our source material today is a resounding no. See, infertility is a condition. And like so many conditions, when the human body is given the right environment, it knows exactly how to correct itself. It can often be managed and even completely overcome with specific, intentional, and highly focused lifestyle changes. It's really all about creating an environment inside your body where life can actually thrive.
Okay, let's dive right into this. We're going to look at our source's holistic triad approach today by covering 1. Overcoming infertility naturally. 2. Fertility-boosting superfoods. 3. The danger of trans fats. 4. Healing through yoga. And finally, 5. The power of relaxation. Starting off with Section 1. Fertility-boosting superfoods. Healing from the inside out. So our source starts with diet. Because, well, quite literally, what we put into our bodies forms the building blocks of our reproductive environment. Think about it. You cannot build a healthy house with poor quality materials, right? The exact same logic applies to human fertility. And when looking at essential fertility foods, what's so incredible to me is how accessible they all are. We aren't talking about some rare, crazy expensive extracts sourced from the top of a remote mountain. No, we're talking about realistic, everyday whole foods, pumpkin seeds, walnuts, high-fiber fruits and vegetables, and bananas. These are natural superfoods absolutely crucial for boosting fertility, and you can seamlessly add them to your grocery list and incorporate them into your daily meals starting today.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the biological impact of just one of those foods. The pumpkin seed. Pumpkin seeds are an absolute biological powerhouse, particularly for male fertility. Why? Because they are incredibly rich in zinc. And this isn't just some general health booster. Zinc is an essential mineral that has a direct, measurable impact on increasing both sperm count and sperm motility, which basically just means how well the sperm can move. So you've got this tiny seed doing massive amounts of work for the reproductive system. And right alongside those pumpkin seeds, we have walnuts. Walnuts are packed with vital vitamin E and really powerful antioxidants. Now, why does this matter for us? Because the reproductive system is highly sensitive to oxidative stress, which is basically just cellular wear and tear. The antioxidants in walnuts act like a protective shield for your cells, providing the necessary vitamins required to maintain a robust, healthy reproductive environment. Just a handful of these a day is a simple but incredibly effective habit.
Moving on to Section 2. The danger of trans fats. What you must avoid.
So it's vital to understand that healing isn't just about adding the good stuff into your diet. It is equally, if not more important, to remove the harmful elements. We literally have to stop accidentally sabotaging our own reproductive systems with what we eat. There's a stark contrast between natural whole foods, the seeds, the nuts, the fruits that support your reproductive health and provide essential vitamins, and trans fats. Trans fats are usually hidden in heavily processed foods, fried foods, and commercial baked goods. And they don't just lack nutrition, they actively fight against your body. They disrupt your insulin sensitivity and act as actual biological roadblocks to your reproductive functions.
And this brilliantly illustrates exactly how that sabotage happens inside the body, through a chain reaction called the trans fat cascade. Step 1, a high consumption of trans fats enters the system. Step 2, this triggers cellular insulin resistance, meaning your cells stop responding properly to insulin, which throws your blood sugar and your hormones into total chaos. And then, Step 3, this hormonal chaos directly disrupts and can even completely stop regular ovulation cycles. By simply cutting out trans fats, you remove a major invisible roadblock to your fertility.
Next up, Section 3. Healing through yoga. Moving the body with purpose. Once we've optimized the fuel going into the body, the source material notes we really need to optimize how the physical body moves and functions. Now, this isn't just about general fitness. It's about ancient, targeted practices designed specifically to support and stimulate the reproductive organs. Our source outlines a highly effective 3-step physical and breathing routine. First up is Padrasana, commonly known as the butterfly pose, which wonderfully opens up the pelvic region and increases blood flow to the reproductive organs.
Second is Setu Bandhasana, or the bridge pose, which strengthens the lower back and stimulates the abdominal organs. And finally, Anulom Vilom, or alternate nostril breathing. This last one is absolutely crucial because it balances the oxygen flow and deeply regulates the entire nervous system. So these aren't just random stretches, they are targeted physiological tools.
But here is the catch, as our source points out. Infertility goes away, but regularity is very, very required. You can't just do the butterfly pose once on a random Sunday and expect your hormones to permanently align. This physical preparation of the body requires a consistent daily commitment. You are literally training your body to be a safe, functioning harbor for life, and that takes daily practice.
Which brings us to Section 4, the power of relaxation, calming the mind.
So, the crucial point is this. We've talked about diet, we've talked about the body, but this brings us to the massive invisible barrier to fertility: chronic stress. We are so often always in a hurry, always in tension. Just think about our modern lifestyle for a second. We're constantly rushing from one task to the next. Our phones are always buzzing and our minds are just constantly racing. From a biological standpoint, if your body perceives that it is under constant threat or tension, like if it thinks you are always running from a proverbial tiger, it will shut down non-essential functions, like reproduction. You physically cannot function optimally in a state of constant panic.
So what is the antidote to this modern epidemic of rushing? Well, it's highly counterintuitive. We usually think that to fix a problem, we need to do more, right? But the ultimate cure for this tension is doing absolutely nothing. Giving your body true, unstructured rest is vital. You have to signal to your nervous system that you are safe.
This is actually formalized in the practice of savasana, often called the corpse pose. It sounds so simple, but it is deeply profound. You lie down completely flat, absorbing the stillness like a sponge. You let your limbs grow heavy. You gently close your eyes. And most importantly, you mentally step entirely away from your to-do lists. You don't force your mind to be quiet. You just stop giving it tasks to do. Maybe you just listen to some gentle, soothing music. You just exist.
When you do this, when you finally remove that tension and the hurriedness, you allow your body to heal itself. You really have to operate with the comforting, authoritative faith that your body actually knows what to do. When the interference of stress is removed, everything can change for the good, in the right manner, and at the right time. Healing happens in a state of profound rest.
Which leaves us with this final, really vital question to reflect on today. Will you stop rushing and give your body the time it needs to heal? Because as we've seen, overcoming infertility naturally isn't just about eating a walnut or doing a stretch. It is about fundamentally changing how you treat your body and your mind. It's about nourishment, intentional movement, and deep, profound rest. So take a breath, let go of the anxiety of that ticking clock, and consider starting your natural healing journey today.